Everyone thought she was strong. No one knew she was breaking. She smiled so her family would not worry. She stayed silent so others could feel safe. But what happens when a woman hides her pain for too long? She was the kind of woman people described as strong without ever asking what strength was costing her. She woke before the sun every morning, not because she wanted to, but because the world demanded it from her. The house was quiet in those early hours, and that silence was the only place where she allowed herself to breathe. She would stand in the kitchen, holding a cup of warm tea, staring out of the window as the sky slowly changed color. In those moments, memories would rush in faster than she could stop them. Dreams she once had, hopes she once carried, pain she learned to hide. By the time her family woke up, she had already put on her smile, the kind of smile that reassures everyone that everything is fine, the kind of smile that becomes a mask worn for years. Her children saw a mother who never gave up, a mother who always found a way, a mother who laughed even on difficult days. They did not see the nights she cried quietly into her pillow. They did not hear the questions she asked herself in the dark. Her partner saw a woman who held the family together, someone dependable, someone who never complained, someone who seemed unbreakable. But inside, she was carrying a weight so heavy that some days it felt impossible to stand. She learned early in life that pain makes people uncomfortable, that sadness is something the world prefers to ignore. So she made a decision without ever saying it out loud. I will carry this alone. She told herself that if she stayed silent, her children would feel safe. If she stayed strong, her family would not fall apart. If she hid her pain, no one else would have to suffer. So she did. She smiled at school meetings even when her heart felt empty. She encouraged dreams while quietly burying her own. She celebrated birthdays while wondering how much longer she could keep pretending. There were days when exhaustion wrapped itself around her like a heavy blanket, days when even breathing felt like work. But she kept going, because stopping felt more dangerous than continuing, because breaking down felt selfish, because she believed love meant sacrifice. At night, when the house finally slept, she would sit alone. Sometimes on the edge of the bed, sometimes on the bathroom floor, sometimes staring at the ceiling. She would replay conversations from the day. Did I say the right thing? Did I protect them enough? Did anyone notice? No one ever did. And part of her was relieved, because being seen would mean explaining, and explaining would mean admitting, and admitting would mean facing pain she had locked away for years. She told herself she could handle it, that she had handled worse, that this was just another season to survive. But pain does not disappear when ignored. It waits. It grows. It settles into the bones. Her body began to feel older than it was. Her energy faded. Her laughter became quieter. Still, she showed up. Still, she gave. Still, she loved. Because love was the one thing she never rationed. There was a moment, one ordinary day. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud. She stood in front of the mirror and did not recognize herself. The woman looking back seemed tired in a way sleep could not fix. Her eyes carried stories no one had asked to hear. Her smile appeared practiced. For the first time, she wondered, who is protecting me? That question stayed with her. It followed her through the day, through the noise, through the responsibilities, through the endless giving. And for the first time, she allowed herself to feel the truth. She was hurting, not because she was weak, but because she had been strong for too long. That realization frightened her, because strength had become her identity. If she stopped being strong, who would she be? But something inside her whispered, "You are allowed to rest." It was a quiet voice, a gentle one, but it was persistent. She began to notice how often she dismissed her own feelings, how quickly she said, "I am fine," how rarely she asked for help. She began to understand that protecting her family did not mean destroying herself. Still, the fear remained. What if they see me differently? What if they feel burdened? What if I fail them? But another truth slowly emerged. Her family did not need perfection. They needed honesty. They did not need a hero. They needed a human. The first time she spoke about her pain, her voice shook. Her words came out slowly, as if unused, as if learning a new language. She expected disappointment. She expected frustration. She expected distance. Instead, she saw concern. She saw love. She saw understanding. She realized then that hiding her pain had not protected her family. It had only kept them from knowing her fully. Healing did not happen overnight. There were setbacks. There were tears. There were days when silence felt easier than truth. But she kept choosing herself, again and again. She learned that strength is not the absence of pain. It is the courage to face it. She learned that love does not demand self-destruction. It asks for presence. She learned that asking for help is not weakness. It is trust. Her family did not fall apart when she became honest. They grew closer. Her children learned that emotions are safe, that vulnerability is allowed, that even the strongest people need care. Her partner learned that she did not need to be fixed. She needed to be heard. And she learned something perhaps most important of all. She deserved the same compassion she had given so freely. Today, she still carries responsibility, she still shows up, she still loves deeply, but she no longer disappears inside herself to do it. She allows joy, she allows rest, she allows truth. She understands now that protecting her family includes protecting herself, because a woman who hides her pain to keep others smiling is powerful. But a woman who chooses healing is unstoppable. And her story matters, because somewhere, someone is listening. Someone who feels seen for the first time. Someone who has been silent for too long. If that someone is you, know this. Your pain does not make you weak. Your honesty does not make you selfish. Your healing does not make you less loving. You are allowed to be human, and you are not alone.